Coming up in this P-cast.
Oh, it's mad. It's fucking mad, and it's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening.
Oh my god!
No, she's panicking. He's panicking.
Oh, fuck!
No, wait,
Something
wait.
gets sliced up!
The Nazis had a secret base in the Antarctic.
I got hit by a bus.
What?
Yeah, because of the fuel crisis.
You got hit by a bus?
Yeah.
Look at Epstein. He had fucking the president
Exactly, yeah.
and a fucking royal.
Exactly. So when you've got these people interconnected, like the mafia, how the mafia work, it's like it's very difficult to bring them down.
I think he just felt so untouchable.
This guy was a career nonce.
Very fragile system.
The backbone of our society is
Yeah.
toilet roll and fusilli pasta.
Yeah.
In the end, it was thrown out of court because the police lacked evidence of why they were there that day to seize the footage. It was all thrown out.
What happens if you fall off a cruise liner?
What actually happens if you fall
So
off a cruise
basically,
liner?
if you fall off a cruise liner,
APMA, how we doing? We're back for my favourite type of episode. I think, is this number 5? Is this the 5th conspiracy episode we've done? 4, 5, something like
57.
that? 57. No, it's Ben, I know it's episode 57. I think we've done more than 5. But yeah, how many conspiracies have we done? Let us know down in the comments.
how weird that we're doing a conspiracy one on the 57th episode.
Why?
I don't know. Just make that up. That's what it's
I'm missing something.
Or have I?
I'm missing something. Well,
The 57 Club.
The 57 Club.
this is it. It's scary. Just Google that, Ben, see if that's a thing. But yeah, no, so...
That is how conspiracies start.
yeah. Oh my God, 4 people died when they were 57 that were in movies. It must be a thing. No, today we're going to talk about something that, to be fair, thinking about when this is going out, this is going out, a week and a half after recording. So everything might be back to normal. But right now, we're in a fuel crisis. Oh my word. Now, this is linked to conspiracies, sort of, because I think there's just more going on than there actually is, but it's all allegedly, possibly, maybe, as always. But before we get into what could be causing it, has it made your life any harder, guys, this week? The fuel crisis, the queues.
A bit.
I got hit by a bus.
What?
Yeah, because of the fuel crisis.
You got hit by a bus?
Yeah. I had 2 miles left in the Mini
Yeah.
and driving up the road, saw a garage, had like a little queue, thought fucking whipped the Mini round, got in the queue,
Oh, no.
but like the bus driver thought I was like turning into a thing. He could have missed me. He didn't have to hit me.
You got hit by a bus.
He fucking... I mean, it sounds a lot worse than it is, but
Oh.
yeah, he literally
He dinked you.
just took the front wing just off a little
Ouch.
bit, and obviously everyone on the bus, they're all going places.
Yeah.
You know, he has to get out, do all the forms.
Yeah.
But yeah, officially don't like bus drivers anymore.
Bus wanker.
Proper.
There you go.
I was so tempted to call him a bus wanker, but literally he had like he'd ripped my entire wing off. He had like the smallest of mark. I was like, mate,
Yeah.
just I don't care. Like I'm not bothered. He's like, have to log it.
Oh, my God.
I was like, mate, come on,
Yeah.
don't be a cunt.
So what happened with that then? So could you then, like, while he's
It was-
logging all his shit, could you get fuel? Or because obviously you're in a queue
Yeah,
and everyone's heated because everyone wants fuel.
yeah. To be fair, I was all. I think this is what happened, right? Because when you're not in the queue and there's a queue and it's causing you to be late, you're like, these fucking fuel cunts, aren't you? You're like, look
Yeah.
at them, they're just stopping all the traffic.
Yeah.
But then at some point you have to become the queue, and then you're like,
Of course, yeah.
you know, you understand. And I think he was just getting angry at the fuel queuers,
Right.
and he saw me do.
Oh, so he took
he
revenge.
saw me do the loop.
Fuck
I mean, it
this
wasn't
cunt.
like it was a DM, a dangerous maneuver.
Right.
But it wasn't like.
Did you pull a Yui in the middle of a fucking...
I pulled a Yui. So what I'm saying
Right,
is,
okay.
yeah, I pulled a Yui.
He's like, this cunt thinks he's in the Italian job.
I pulled a Yui. So, but it was like, if I see someone doing a Yui in front of me, I'm like, they're doing a Yui. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in the eyes of the law, it's not great. But I was like, if I hadn't done a Yui and he hit me, it would have been his fault because he's hit me on the side.
Yeah.
But because I've done a Yui and he's got the old camera on the bus, he would be like, he shouldn't have done a Yui in front of me.
Right.
So I was like proper sucking his dick.
Yeah, but if he's
And
hit
like-
you afterwards, surely he's fucking hit you.
I don't know if.
I don't even know if I should put this out, some of this Yui stuff, because they might use this.
So-
they won't use this against me.
nah.
But I'm just going to be like, he hit me. Well, he did hit me.
He hit
actually.
you?
Yeah, and he
Doesn't
was
matter.
behind me, so
It's funny because I was on the phone show when that happened. And
not at the time. But this is making me really.
It was hands free.
Yeah.
It was hands free.
It was just after it happened.
Jim was
Dan was
holding the phone with one hand, and he's like, oh, "Hold on, mate, I'm doing you, but I'm drinking my McDonald's."
Yeah.
Oh,
But
man.
I did the same.
put a bit of
About
whiskey in
two
my
days later, and I drove up in a high street, and I was like, "Shit, I've got to turn around," and I did a U-turn, and a bus was coming. It must be a thing. He accelerated.
Yeah.
He put his foot.
This is what he did to me, and he
This is a conspiracy in itself.
He
Bus
didn't-
drivers are
he
huge.
didn't have. The thing is, he didn't have to hit me. All he had to do. Why are you coming in my car? What the fuck's wrong with you? And I was. Yeah.
I didn't quite, mate. You know, like with
If
a
he
U-turn.
weren't a bus driver, I would have been like, mate, you've just hit me. But because he had all the cameras and everything, he saw
Well,
me do the Yui.
I've just Googled. Is there on that road? Is there specifically a sign saying no U-turns?
No.
Then it's legal.
Oh,
It
is
is
it?
legal to make a U-turn on many of the UK roads. However, not ones with that sign. So you're good, mate.
Oh, that's good.
You're good.
Sweet. Well, I wouldn't lie on the podcast, so fucking.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
See, look.
Yeah, I reckon.
An honest man.
I mean,
making
the
use.
fact because I saw him accelerated, and I thought,
Dickhead.
I thought when you do a UE, I thought I'm going to make this, and I didn't.
Yeah, turn in circles a
And,
bit wider.
and I just, I was like, fuck, just sat there for like a second, going, he's going to fucking hit me. And,
you braced for impact.
Yeah, because he accelerated, and then he had to slam his brakes on.
I made my Yui. I made my Yui and then got in on the left.
I didn't make the UE.
And then as he come past me on the left,
he clipped you.
He clipped the side of the bumper, so it was his fault.
Yeah, 100%.
I just didn't think he was allowed to do Yui, so I was like,
Yeah, but even if you did the Yui and then he fucking hit you, it's like I don't
Yeah.
think that would make him completely like innocent.
On my one, he's accelerating.
should have chinned him then, shouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly.
He's accelerating
Nah, you're fine.
backfired because he accelerated to intimidate me.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to
then
intimidate
I got
me.
stuck.
Dickhead.
Bus cunt.
And then he's like, so then
Not
he
even a wanker anymore.
yeah,
He's a cunt.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Bus cunt.
So then he had to do an emergency stop. So
Yeah.
you know,
Wonder if anyone on the bus fell over.
Oh, you,
probably got some.
Old lady.
I was like entertaining the bus. I
How
like
big
got
was
on there. I was like, "Sorry, everybody."
It's up to the pub.
Just I ain't got no fuel. You know, they're all sitting on the bus. They don't care. They can't get fuel. Ain't got a car to put it in, have they?
That's it.
Whilst we wait, go on to APMA.
Yeah, innit?
Some in-house entertainment.
Yeah. So
Join the Discord.
So
link
yeah,
down below.
the fuel crisis did. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. But the bumper's all right now. It's all taped up.
No.
all regulation.
I've ruined Amy's car.
I was going to say, it's not your car, is it?
Because I call it the van, and she just hates it. It's obviously it's her car. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, the van. So,
Teak on it.
Fucking hell.
yeah. What other fuel? Has there been any other fuel?
Well, it's been like... So, I can't...
Have you seen all the fights and stuff?
Yeah, it's mad. Before I stick my foot in anyone in this room, has anyone filled up a jerry can?
Oh no.
From the petrol station? No.
No.
Good. So basically, I was talking to my dad about the whole situation, and I was like, talking about it, blah, blah, and I was like, oh, I've got to go get fucking petrol because I genuinely had no petrol. And I was like, I've seen videos of these fucking dickheads wasting everyone's time, thinking they're fucking end of the world preppers, filling up fucking jerry cans. All that, and my dad just went, yeah, I filled up a jerry can when I went. I was just like, well, you're a fucking dickhead there. Because I was just like, fuck, it's mad. He sent the video of the woman that went into the petrol station, bought like 1.5 litre bottles of water, went back out to her car, sat there emptying it into the bin, and then proceeded to fill the bottles up.
Yeah.
That's actually
with
illegal.
petrol.
But then
It's illegal because you have to have a specific type of jerry
5
can.
to 10 litre jerry can.
Yeah, and it's got to be. If it's not that, you can't fill it up. But people. Would,
It does bring out all sorts of special, don't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
But then
does.
the thing? Okay, so
It's like,
this I was
relax.
like, I went to one the other day, and they were like, it's £35. You can only do 35 quid because
Yeah.
you have to, everyone has to share it. And I was like, well, if you put 35 quid in, you're gonna have to come back next week,
Yeah.
creating more queues.
Yeah.
They're like, let people fill up the car, then they don't have to go to the petrol station for like fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did.
Yeah, it's like saying, right, you can only put £2 in, and then everyone has to keep queuing up.
Keep coming back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid.
It's insane. But the crazy thing, because I think it was a guy at BP said something about the truck drivers or something, or that they were a bit low, and then everyone or the media kind of ran with it, and then everyone obviously panicked and then went out and then kind of created some sort of fuel shortage, although we're actually apparently fine. But what annoyed me was if the media and the newspapers hadn't fucking dramatised it all,
Yeah, it'd be fine.
would have been fine. But then, after a day, the media and the papers switched it to people going out panic buying is
Yeah,
causing
it's
it. It's
their
like,
fault.
hang on, no, you're the fucking wankers that caused the panic that has but now they're like, oh,
standard
now,
news, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like cause a problem, report on the problem, blame
and then
someone
blame,
else.
yeah, it's like fucking
The old bait and
wankers,
switch.
man.
yeah.
Our government's not done very well to sort of put people at ease.
No,
I
because
think.
Boris Johnson at one point was like, I might have to get the army involved. Then we're thinking, fucking hell, what's going, we're going to have fucking...
All he had to say was press conference like everything's fine, don't worry.
Yeah, just
go
relax.
as
You can't
normal.
do
yeah.
that, can
So-
you? Because you're just not a functioning human being.
So I rocked up to Sainsbury's because I needed fuel, and the guy was like, even though there's a massive queue, they literally used the whole Sainsbury's car park to like circumvent this queue. He was like, he was saying every single car, we have more than enough fuel. You can fill up as much as you want. Don't panic, and you'll be out of here in about 15 minutes. And it literally took me about 10, 15 minutes, and I was done. And it was just sort of like, this is so fucking stupid. But even coming up today, I wanted to get a McDonald's breakfast, and I couldn't because the queue for the petrol station was blocking the
yeah.
entrance to
Yeah.
all of the fucking McDonald's.
Well, I was like, do you know what? I'll figure out today whether there is a crisis, because on the motorway,
Yeah.
if it's empty on a fucking motorway, then there's obviously an issue. And one of the first petrol station I went into didn't have no fuel in it
Yeah.
on the motorway. So I was like, if there wasn't a shortage, that would be full.
No, it's
Yeah.
a supply issue because they can't fill up quick enough because people are
there's
using it
also-
so much. They haven't got a shortage
There's
of
not
fuel.
enough drivers.
There's not enough drivers
drivers,
to
yeah.
refill them up. That's the only
Yeah.
thing. Like it's
Yeah.
just supply and demand.
Yeah,
The saying about get the army, like you do not want the World War One army trucks tipping up. The fuel,
well, how much fuel do
the
they
fuel
use?
trucks
Yeah.
are so old.
Yeah.
Like, I used to drive them and they're awful.
Like 5 miles to go.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's just fucking insane. Is it? I'm trying to think anything that's going on at the minute.
Yeah,
is it a
as
distraction?
yeah.
Yeah, the one
What,
thing I
COVID?
thought,
Nah.
a bit weird.
They love it.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but
Do
you
it.
know,
Allegedly, possibly, maybe.
they come out of Afghanistan, and then a month later we run out of fuel.
I mean, yeah, Taliban are taking over. Gives them a reason to go
Yeah.
back, doesn't it?
You know,
I mean,
No, but
they had
they've
loads
gone-
of fuel.
they've gone-
they
yeah,
had
they've gone in
loads
for
of
lesser
fuel
things.
when we was in there.
yeah,
That's it.
Now
it's
we've been-
potential. It's conspiracy.
Yeah, now they've run us out. No fuel.
I tell you what,
It's a
if
theory.
you're a driver,
Oh, mate,
wages have gone well up.
It's like 80,
Yeah.
I might
80
even pull,
grand, isn't it?
might even pull my old license back out.
Do it.
APMA
Truck
trucks.
delivery.
Lorry drive, yeah.
Yeah. Just
We'll
go
get
buy
you
an
fuel.
old fuel truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, it's just fucking crazy.
Or again, as well, like I did notice the price had been creeping up over like the last couple of months.
Massively.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
they've
Yeah.
maybe they've creeped the price up, and then they've just been like, you know, because again, they make all the tax and stuff on the fuel and everything, don't they? So they might the government might be in a situation where they need to get some money in, pull a couple of strings, say there's a fuel shortage.
Yeah. Because I was... I think BP at the minute, like they have none of like the normal fuel, so they're forcing you to obviously get like the plus stuff, and I'm filling up diesel like
and
fucking
they've changed- they've
£1.60
changed
a
over
litre.
all the
It's like-
fuels as well recently, haven't they? Like,
Yeah, to
it's like-
B10 or whatever it is.
I don't know what all that is, but again, that might be something to do with it. I'm not too sure.
But even standard
It's all
petrol's
very
like
sus.
Again, is it
140.
is it a test to see, you know, like to control it? You know, they like to see like the whole COVID thing. Right, can we keep people inside? See how long we can do it for.
Yeah.
Right,
Mm.
you know, if we start pulling back on supplies, like how will they react?
Yeah.
You know, how will the public react to like not being able to get something that they need?
Which literally
know if they're, like,
leads to
testing
not being
us.
able to go
Yeah.
anywhere.
You know, it'll be like a food shortage next. They'll be like test us on that.
Well, I mean, some of the shelves are getting empty.
Yeah, well, they have said about that, haven't they? About the
supply issues.
yeah, something
The
to do with like
drivers,
the CO2 that it goes in some of the foods to help preserve it. That they haven't got much of that. So, like, yeah, some preservative foods, like especially like McDonald's and shit like that. It's like, if I can take that away from me, take away my wheels, take away my food,
Yeah, innit?
and I've got to stay at home.
And you're back in under control of the government.
That's what I mean. It's
all very sus. That's what we're talking about today. It's all conspiracy.
I did see a woman was trying to sell fuel. She'd bought some and then she's trying to sell it on Facebook, I think,
Yeah.
for like 4 times the price.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Well, do you know-
I'll turn up with a
You know,
lighter and just throw it at her.
I literally, it's weird. I think it was when I was coming up last week, and I was on the M25, a little bit of traffic, and I saw a van, and it was a fuel delivery company. It made me laugh because it was like Sunny in Philadelphia, you know, where they deliver fuel to people's house.
Yeah,
But then like, I saw there's a guy who obviously actually does it, and
Yeah.
I was like, he must be fucking killing it at the minute. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
come to you and do it
Yeah.
because it's not a stupid idea.
Nah.
It's
Nah, it's
Especially
really not.
now, no?
yeah, especially now, and it's like, you know, it could be. I mean, just again, get an electric car, I suppose. I'm ready to get an electric car now. Maybe
Yeah.
that's another thing as well, where they want us to.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Inquiries are up, aren't they? Like 800%.
Yeah. So maybe this is sort of like a jolt because people are like 2030 not going to sell fucking petrol cars anymore. What am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then if you make the fuel for it seem quite temperamental, then all of a sudden people are looking at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I could
again,
just
remember
plug my
that
car
there was
in.
I think I mentioned it before that there was a conspiracy that the government were doing good. That obviously we had a really bad issue with global warming and all that sort of stuff, and they were like, you know, getting people to stay in and not use as much fuel. Not with this one. This was just with the pandemic and everything. You know, they needed to slow everyone the fuck down because it was causing. You know, with all of our consumption and the stuff that we're doing, the government were like slowing us down, saying, look, you know, we have to take control of. Because they're not, you know, we won't stop just ruining the world.
Yeah.
So they have to come up with a plan to like calm everyone down. This could be another part of it where it's like, right, we need to get rid of obviously the fuel situation because that's really bad for the environment. So, you know, we want to try and push people more towards electric cars. I know there's another argument there with electric cars. Do they use?
Well, like the lithium batteries. And
Yeah, I
stuff,
don't.
innit?
Yeah,
But
so I'm not
it's
massively.
the lesser of two evils, isn't it?
Yeah. So
That's what I've never thought.
like I say, maybe
That they could
you
be
know
doing it for the greater good.
but we're always like they're doing it for this to control us, but maybe they have to control us because we are fucking stupid, all of us.
Yeah.
Because we are, aren't we?
Oh
We
yeah,
do
inherently,
None
the
of us
vast majority.
really care.
Ben.
Mate, what the fuck happened with the fucking toilet roll shit?
Oh yeah, I know.
What triggered in someone's brain to go, I will stock up on stuff I'm going to wipe my ass with?
Yeah, out of
Well, that's
everything
what I mean.
to
I
stock
think
up.
when they say, you know, something's getting low, you go and buy it. So
Just panic.
I mean, the APMA t-shirts at the minute,
They're very low.
They're very low.
Oh, mate, they're
So very
almost
low.
completely
Can't get
gone.
delivery.
Yeah,
That's it.
the new collection.
When they're
is-
gone.
The new collection is sparse. So
Obviously, with
make
the
sure.
fuel crisis, we're probably not going to get any more for a long time.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So get them while they're getting while
I
they're
don't even
there.
get delivered to you because the delivery drivers don't have fuel.
Yeah, don't say that, Ben.
Oh, sorry.
They've got plenty of fuel, Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Yeah,
I will cycle.
Didn't
we've got
get
to
it.
deal
I will
with
cycle.
them Amazon Prime vans that are fully electric. We've got to deal with them to get them delivered. But,
I'll drone it in if I have to.
that's it.
Mate, I'll
And
go on my bicycle through the night, NVGs. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Envy,
And also
jeez.
with Dan's drone, you know he's not afraid to crash it, so he will get to you hell or high water.
I'll get it straight through the front door.
Through the post box
Of your
with
neighbour's
the
house.
drone. But yeah, I'd never thought of that. Shows how pessimistic I am now.
It also shows as well, again, with the COVID and toilet roll, and we're a very fragile system. A lot of too many humans.
Yeah.
The backbone of our society is toilet roll and fusilli pasta.
Yeah. Maybe, like I say, maybe the government, you know, again, if I was in control of the country, I'd be like, right, we need to fucking sort out this population.
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, no.
I've just
Give
watched
China a
Endgame.
bell. You got any diseases you can release by
Yeah.
accident on purpose? Allegedly, possibly, maybe.
Just watched this film and there's this bloke called Thanos. And he just like
He
does
wiped
that
out
at
half.
50%.
And I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
just to completely ruin that for everyone. He has the same power to just double all the resources, but instead he decides to kill half of the universe. He could just double the universe, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Say just with the same, but
Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
never crossed his mind.
I would do that though.
Same. Yeah.
I would halve the
I can see the benefit.
bus drivers. Gone.
Public transport,
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah. That's the noise I'd make.
Oh dear, yeah, that's fucking fuel.
You
That's
fucking bus cunt.
Me and Dan, we fucking get rid of them fuckers. Oh, Danos over here.
Goodbye, bus drivers.
oh dear.
I'd keep the buses.
The resources
But no
are
one could
definitely
drive
there.
them
No one could drive
because
them.
they immediately become a bus driver,
Yeah.
and so therefore would have to be killed.
Disappear.
I can't wait.
That's what's happening. There's fuel
tell you what,
drivers.
I can't wait
There's
for the
fuel. There's fuel. In fact, that's happened. There's just all the.
There's just
someone's
no
done that
drivers.
to all the drivers.
Yeah. there's
What
no
do you think
fuel driver.
Elon must be buzzing at? the
Oh,
minute?
man.
Oh mate, I reckon
He
he's
must be
done it.
like-
Yeah,
I reckon
probably.
this is Elon.
He's probably hired all of the fucking drivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come
He
work for
must
me.
be
Do you want to build some
killing
Teslas?
I think that
Yeah.
the inquiries are up way over like 800% on electric cars.
Wow.
It's a good fit, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Self-driving buses. I'm all for it.
Where are
Go
all
on,
the
Elon.
drivers? Though? They're all gone back to.
I don't know. Was it because of COVID? They had some time off,
Yeah, apparently it's.
and we're just like, fuck
Again,
No, it
that.
was Brexit, weren't it? Was,
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I forgot about that.
It was because of Brexit that the laws changed on how you get your
Okay,
license or
it is a nice little notion. So everyone who voted Brexit, I mean, whether you're for it or not, it doesn't matter. But if you did vote it and you're queuing for fuel, it's on you.
There we go. It's your fucking fault. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Oh, which one's that? That's Lozzie.
It's the fact of the week. We don't even know there's so many segments now.
Yeah.
A fact of the week is that Kentucky have more barrels of bourbon than they do people who live there. It's the fact of the week. There you go, have that.
I thought it was
very
going to
mad,
be
actually.
chicken related.
Yeah, I was.
I was over a chicken.
They got
fact.
more barrels of bourbon
Yeah.
than people.
Apparently there is 4.7 million barrels
Jesus.
and only 4.3 million people live there. So they're literally drowning in bourbon.
Jesus Christ.
Kentucky bourbon is good.
Is it?
Mm.
Is yeah, I'm going to sound like a fucking idiot, but I don't do geography. Is Kentucky
America, yes.
different to is Tennessee in Kentucky, or because I'm just thinking Jack Daniels, that's whiskey, but
I think
is Kentucky
Tennessee's-
near?
Kentucky's a state.
Is Tennessee in it?
No.
'Cause I'm just thinking if
Tennessee's a state.
Tennessee's in
Tennessee's a
Texas,
state.
Yeah.
is
Oh,
it?
Jesus,
Yeah.
there you go. I thought it was in
Okay, no.
Texas. Jesus.
It's just below Kentucky.
Ah, so
Don't
they've
know
got a little
everything.
bourbon thing going on.
Yeah, around that area, it is very bourbon-esque.
Nice. But yeah, that was the fuel crisis. How did you get on in the fuel crisis? Is it still going on in a week and a half's time? Has the apocalypse happened? Are we all dead? Let us know in the comments. From one piece of, I was going to call it drama. It is drama.
It is drama.
Yeah, it's drama.
To another, R. Kelly. Now this does link into another conspiracy. Everything's conspiracy basically. R. Kelly, guilty on so far 9 accounts. I think 8 of child sex trafficking and 1 of racketeering. Goes back very, very far into his career, basically from the start of his career. First of all, what do we think? What do you think about the whole thing?
I think
He's fucked it.
it's a long time coming. This has been like
Insane.
But I remember watching all the stuff on it, and it's like he's still doing tours. He's still like, and like everyone knows because he banned his social. He had no comments in on his social media. But I'm like, he's still about. He's still doing concerts, and it's like, yeah, maybe they were just building up the evidence.
It's well, the thing is, he's been put on trial quite a few times, and kind of just delayed it and things like that. But there was one where he was getting done for child pornography that he made because he recorded everything, and in the end, it was thrown out of court because the police lacked evidence of why they were there that day to seize the footage. So the footage, legit and everything. But because they didn't have apparently
They did it the right way.
they didn't do it the right way. It was all thrown out.
Yeah.
And another case of child pornography was thrown out because in the end they couldn't prove that the girl in the video was a minor. So and this has been, in 1994 he married Aaliyah, who was 15 years old. He got one of his guys to go and bribe someone to get a false birth certificate. And then that was found out less than a year later and annulled in 1995. So it's gone back.
Yeah, it's
fucking far.
Well, all the documentaries on it, like they say, it's been, he used to go to schools, hang around schools, and McDonald's, and it's not
insane.
Everyone knows.
Yeah,
and it's like the only thing I think of is like where he's just got away with it. He just keeps on thinking he can get away with it. I don't know. I don't know if he's still continued to do it like the past year or two, but
he's been in prison awaiting trial for the last 2 years.
He's actually been in prison.
Right. And they wouldn't let him out because he was a massive flight risk. But he was arrested. I think it was like in 2008, something like that. And he paid a $750,000 bail bond to get out. But yeah, there's been loads of shit, obviously, with all these underage girls and stuff, and then in like the 2012 onwards, I think it was obviously found out that it's a bit loose terminology, but essentially had a cult where he'd have these underage girls in his house and wouldn't let them leave. They couldn't go to the toilet by themselves without his permission, or eat, all this kind of stuff. Absolutely insane. And it was actually the what's the R. Kelly Surviving R. Kelly documentary of 2019. That's what was like the final nail in the coffin for him. And then all these people came forward, and he's been done on 9 counts, but he's got a load of other charges waiting in the wings. They were just waiting for these charges to go through.
Right.
So he's now going to get a load more. He's 52. The charges that he has already is decades in prison. So he's pretty much fucked now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's mad that he managed to get away for so long, hide in plain sight. Everyone knew. Like that Aaliyah, one of the craziest things about that Aaliyah, who was obviously 15, met her when she was 13, turned her into his not only wife but protege, who's going to make her into the greatest ever. And tragically, she died in a plane crash in 2001. And he wrote and produced her debut album.
Did he?
Right.
Conspiracy, isn't it?
It was called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it was written and produced by R. Kelly. Just like completely hiding in plain sight, like not a fucking care in the world, essentially. I think he just felt so untouchable.
Mm.
This guy was a career nonce.
Massively.
So in 2008, when he got caught, right, did he continue to make offences after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
or
just
is
never
this all
stopped.
for previous?
No, it's just like all the cult shit, like having all the girls in his house and that from
post 2012.
Yeah,
right, so he had like a 4-year.
Yeah, he was getting. I think it was in the news in like 2017 or 2018 that he was going to marry his 19-year-old girlfriend, which is actually quite old for him. But yeah, it's crazy. So this leads into a conspiracy of why are there so many nonsense in Hollywood, and like what does it seem like the rich and famous? What is it with like fucking children? Do you know what I mean? Because there's definitely a link.
Yeah, I think it's my personal opinion with it is it's a power thing with them.
You find a lot of celebrities quite damaged anyway. Like I feel like they've all got like previous.
Ben's playing the sympathy card.
No, not at all. But like you have to be quite. You're a different person if you're a celebrity. So maybe that's why, because they got all this like spotlights and limelights. So
those people are damaged.
They can just bend the rules.
The trouble with that is they get to a position where they can.
They're surrounded by yes men.
Yeah, they're surrounded by yes men. So all of a sudden, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like they want to go outside of the norm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about in that case. Like that seems like it's just he would have been like that anyway.
Well, yeah, with R. Kelly, when you talk about yes men, a lot of the people around him throughout his career are now being brought into question because he would tell his bouncers and stuff at parties, he'd apparently use the term like the youngest looking girls you can and shit like that. It's just fucking.
It's
maybe
weird.
where he gets
insane.
women, like, again, I'm not sticking up for him, but I'm just trying to understand like the psychology. Like maybe where women just throw themselves at him, he kind of wants something that he's not allowed to have, or he can't.
Forbidden fruit.
Something that he can't get.
I think it's even deeper than that. I think it's like manipulation because when it's a younger person, they can manipulate to like to make them like fall in love with them and stuff, and like even to the point where they can't even see that it's wrong. Yeah, and it's that like hold, and the same with Epstein, and it's that hold of like manipulation. It's only when they get older, because you see a lot of these cases when they're like, and they do reach of an age, and they're like, I was a kid. Yeah, like, as a kid, you can be manipulated. Yeah, and that's fucking what makes him a sick pedo.
100%. And like with the like, I wouldn't even say it's fucking conspiracy at this point because obviously it's been done for racketeering and things like that. And you rightly brought up Epstein there. It's like, is there this elite paedophile ring, trafficking of children and things like that? And it's just, I feel like every year there just seems to be more and more stacked evidence to this being an actual thing.
Hopefully we're getting better at sussing it out.
Yeah,
like with media and not media, but with everyone like having iPhones and just the world being connected and stuff. Like, I feel like this stuff was probably went on 20, 30 years ago, so you just didn't hear about it. I hear stories, don't you, about different things, but I think nowadays, if you're doing it, you're likely to get caught out, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that it's connected then, Jordan? Like the Epstein, this. Do you think it's like an overall thing in Hollywood, or do you think it's
from an
separate?
observational point of view? It certainly seems to be, because at the end of the day, they all move in similar circles.
Yeah, there's something fucking going on, isn't there?
Yeah,
100%. There's something 100% going on. It's just.
What I think's crazy as well, it's like when they...
one's like every time they about to get convicted, it's like something happens. I'm interested in to see what happens to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Again, couldn't really give a shit what happens to
him.
But like, it's about like, it comes to seem like they're about to get it sorted out and then the person just dies and then it's someone else and it just sort of keeps, no one's actually getting to the fucking core of it and sorting the shit out.
Absolutely.
What's weird about it is
there's probably loads of people involved, even within the courts and
that's the trouble, because that's what surprised. They go, everyone knew. It's like, okay, so but they couldn't tell anyone because who'd you tell? And then you think, well, how deep does it go?
Yeah, exactly.
Because obviously, if that many people knew, someone would have told the police at some point. I guarantee that there's evidence on there in the police. So then it's like, well, that obviously gets stopped at some point. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of money involved with it, and they're not stupid. No. So they're probably, like Epstein, I said, they're getting other people involved that connects them so it can come to a stop. When you've got like mayors and...
look at Epstein. He had fucking the president
exactly, and
a fucking royal.
Exactly. So
it doesn't get any higher.
Exactly. So when you've got these people interconnected with stuff, again, like the mafia, how the mafia work, it's like it's very difficult to bring them down.
And you had like Harvey Weinstein as well. He was then like the way I watched the interview with Tarantino talking about him. Obviously they were like friends, and it was just like he's like everyone sort of knew.
Everyone knew.
Yeah. It's like, I wish I'd spoke with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But they say that after. They're like, don't they? They're like, I wish, everyone knew. It's like, well...
It's all to do with money. The whole thing's
Savile's the same.
They don't want to jeopardise their thing. And
all the people that are around them are the yes men. They get in, at the end of the day, these celebrities... they're paying the people around them their wage. So if they say, fucking dob this person in, they're obviously going to lose their... And then they get hit with, if you say anything, you'll never work within this industry again. We'll make your life Because again, these people, they've got so much money, they probably could make that person's life fucking difficult. And again,
Definitely.
look how long it took the actual, the law to fucking convict R. Kelly. It's taken him over what, fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
So just a normal person being able to, people like, you should stand up. It's like, the whole, all the law and shit took them 20 years to fucking convict him. So it's like, but obviously you have to stand up and anything like this is happening. Just if everyone stands up and tells the truth, then that's how you get over it, I suppose.
They've probably got stories as well on, like say, people going into Hollywood and there's all these parties and stuff going on. People have probably got shit. There's loads of shit that happens in Hollywood, isn't it, that just that doesn't come out, and it's like it's all integrated. So it's like how different levels of stuff going on.
This is the UK government. This is all allegedly bothering me. Basically, my friend who I went to school with, she
Allegedly.
Can I say this?
Possibly.
She works for one of the governments, one of the big ones. And we met up just for a catch up for a drink about 2 years ago. And we got chatting. Because obviously she knows I like conspiracies and shit. And she was like, we have a list on the other government of every single one of their top ranking MPs. We have like evidence of shit that they've done.
Yeah.
That if they ever fire at us in a certain way, we can come back so hard. And she was giving me examples. I can't remember what stories aligned with what names, etc. But it was like fucking allegedly pretty heavy sexual shit. And they just have this fucking information on the opposition.
That's wrong. The fact that they just keep it to use that. No, but I mean, why?
I know, yeah.
They're not
It's the world
releasing
we
it.
live in, innit?
Yeah, it's fucked. And she was saying like fucking part. Again, this is information I've been told may not be true, but I believe it to be so. She was saying, they're fucking. They have parties and things,
It's orchestrated.
Yeah, it's very, but not, I'm talking like parties. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking
Capital P.
Yeah, and sexual shit and fucking. It's very fucking. Yeah, there's some shit going on. Like, but at the end of the day, the sort of people that get into these positions, they just seek power, and power isn't just being in a position of power where you can make things happen and stuff. It's also control over people and shit like that. So they seek these kind of things in life, and it was very eye-opening to me. I was just like, fucking hell. And some of the shit she was telling me, I was just like, Jesus Christ. So you were saying about having dirt. I mean, it's one of the things that how Epstein moved. He would film them, and then he'd be like, "Well, if you ever fucking cross me,
got multiple homes with multiple hidden sites with loads.
Apparently, I think it was a 14-story mansion in New York or whatever. Apparently, there was a camera in basically the corner of every wall, and he just had a room just with screens and videotape recorders.
Imagine. I mean, that's why he's dead. Because imagine the dirt.
Yeah, for sure. And like, if you've got dirt on people like Clinton and shit like that I'm sure they could pull some strings to get you murdered easily.
Yeah.
And this might be completely wrong, but with this R. Kelly stuff, and obviously he's been done for racketeering, and I hope he rots in jail for the rest of his life. They are, and he may well be, they're making him out to be like the fucking head of the snake.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I feel like he'll be someone in Epstein's black book, but I don't think it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he's at the top of the fucking.
Yeah.
Within his little world, he probably is.
Yeah, of course.
Probably.
But I'm sure there are bigger things bringing people to him, etc. So
Yeah.
It's mad,
it's
though.
all very scary.
Fuck that. Fuck going into Hollywood.
Yeah.
Politics.
But like I say, some people's dream to live that life.
But what is the cost?
That's what I mean. What's the cost? And like I say, some people are willing to do some crazy shit to be part of that world. So
the thing with R. Kelly is, when I watch one of the documentaries, there's like fans. They're that.
Oh yeah,
obsessed
they're
with
still
him.
like
They're like, I don't
bullshit.
care. And they're like, so if he invited you to a party, like young fans, that like,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, I'll go. And it's like,
It's
got
insane,
all those
isn't it?
red flags.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's one that connection to fame. Like
Yeah,
it's weird,
it's insane,
isn't it?
It's
Because
like,
that family couldn't even get their daughter back.
nah, yeah,
She was like, no.
it's insane, isn't it?
Every time
It's
she
the
went to go
control.
out, he'd just drop ignition. She'd fucking walk back.
It's a bop.
It's a banger, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But fucking, it's like what I said about
If you try and walk out of a nightclub and ignition comes back on, you're straight back in there, aren't you?
Hang on, mate.
it's a remix to Ignition.
It's a good song.
It's like what I said on a pod
Good song.
before. It's probably a conspiracy one about Prince Andrew. You know, you got all these
He is
royalists,
just
these
Andrew now,
die-hard
isn't he?
fucking.
He's not Prince Andrew anymore.
Yeah, it's just
He's
Andy.
Andy.
You got all these fucking die-hard royal fans, and all I say to you is, okay, if you have a daughter under the age of 16, let Andrew look after her for an afternoon. I bet you fucking wouldn't. So, you know, it's like, not put your kids where your fucking mouth is, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's fucking, this is their paedophile.
It all began.
Oh, God.
That's why it went wrong.
That's it. But yeah, it's just, it's mad. It's fucking mad, and it's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening.
What we just need,
A hit squad.
yeah, we need like, I don't know, some,
A reset.
they go, right, when that happens, you're caught. It's definitely, you just go to a little island or place and there's just like an execution team and that's it, it's done.
Yeah.
Like a little part of Russia or something and it's just fucking boom. And then it's like, it's like, okay,
But
Next
then
one.
the problem,
Bring 'em
the
through.
person who will run that will be in on
Corrupt
it.
as well.
And
Yeah.
fucking-
He'll be on
it's
their
It's
payroll.
actually
Corruption's too
it's
funny.
actually just an island,
a holiday.
like the last island of that Epstein owned.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go there and get executed, and then it's just it's not that.
Fucking,
It's like house
it's
arrest.
too
isn't it?
deep. Might be too
It's
deep.
way too fucking deep.
Yeah.
But we're here
And
to
we're now at
solve it.
risk.
We are now at risk.
Fuck it. Right, we're going to get to a break. You're going to hear from our sponsor. And it's going to be great. See you in a bit.
They're the best.
Attention listeners across the galaxy. Do we have a pube problem? Our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next planet with the Performance Package 4.0. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. You there, bearded man, is your down below as hairy as your face? Are you worried about maybe cutting yourself when you trim your balls? Let me tell you, I've done that many times myself, but that is a fear of the past since I've been using the Lawnmower 4.0. Are you ready for an out-of-world experience? Then look no further than the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped. Inside this package you will find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your whole solar
Sounds
system.
slightly like Jordan.
This 4th generation trimmer also features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on-off switch can engage a travel lock, and is even waterproof. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker. It's like having a little astronaut to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ears. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor power 360-degree rotary dual blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology which helps prevent nicks, snags and tugs in those delicate holes. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code APMAPodcast20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code APMAPodcast20 at manscaped.com. Abort hairy balls and Buzz Lightyear that Woody with Manscaped. Your space balls will thank you.
Conspiracies, we're back. Now, we're going to kick off with a TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's we've checked it before everyone come in today. This is copyright free, So it's fine. We've already uploaded it, checked it, all that good stuff. For the audio listeners, this should be fine. If not, I will do a little audio description afterwards. But basically, this is a conspiracy that Michael Jackson is still alive. Now, was that you? I thought it was a soundboard. I thought that was fucking rapid. So I don't know if you guys have seen, obviously, Michael Jackson. Well, it's a bit hard to talk about, really. Was that you? Was that the soundboard?
That was a soundboard.
Nicely done. So with this is hard to basically because obviously there's right. Let me just. So there's.
How to get Ben in trouble?
I don't know how to. So basically, obviously, Michael Jackson. Because obviously he spoke to kids a lot, didn't he? Right, it's hard to be. Right, so but there was one in particular. He was a kid whisperer.
He's been around the bush. He was a nonce, basically.
So basically, Michael Jackson had a friend called Dave, right? Now, Dave, tragically, is a victim of a fire. So he was burned, right? Now, you'll see the TikTok. The theory is that actually this individual is Michael Jackson.
Dave.
And
was his name actually Dave?
Dave, who's now 42, was a friend of Michael Jackson.
Save Dave.
Dave, right?
Is his mum and dad called Mr. and Mrs. Dave? And they
called him Dave.
And they named him
Dave. His name's Dave.
Like Humpty Dumpty.
He's appeared on Larry King Live.
That one I...
And basically, we'll look. Take a look. Roll the clip, Ben, please, and have us reacting live. Okay, so it's been on my mind for a while.
Friend attending the funeral, and Dave, yes, that's his name, Dave. He was David Rothenberg.
So the same. Look at his eyes.
The eyes, yeah.
Very similar.
Suffered, as you can see, terrible scars.
To MJ. Terrible events happened to him in 1984. Both Dave and Michael Jackson.
I was about 7 years old at the time.
And were you in the hospital?
I was not in the hospital at the time. I was in interim, back and forth from surgery.
Sounds a bit MJ, doesn't he?
For you?
Wait, they was in the same fire?
He befriended
just
me.
something happened to him.
He took me into his life, which is very rare for Michael to do. But he opened up his arms to me and accepted me as a very good friend of his. And throughout the years, he never let me go.
I believe that's the hearse.
This is broad daylight.
Right, this is very important. Akon speaking about Michael when he went to the movies.
They looking normal. Mike comes out. He has his disguise on, you know. So I starts laughing because I didn't even recognize him, you know. It wasn't like he had a fake mustache or he had a wig or nothing.
He was definitely a master of disguise.
So showing Michael Jackson with different faces.
Oh, shit.
Right? So what they're saying is...
So as we, talking, sometimes I forget that he's supposed to be in this disguise, you know. And I keep calling him Mike. Right, and this little girl hears it, she's like... And she looks over, and I think she recognized him. Like, I really think she did. So then when I realized she was peeping, then I start calling him Dave.
Like Dave. Right? So the theory is basically Michael Jackson is a burns victim since 1984 and has been wearing masks and stuff ever since, which is why he looks a bit... Obviously, the plastic surgery... Was he actually wearing mask disguises? And is he still alive? And is Dave? Because his eyes are very similar.
Well, he's called fucking Dave, which obviously does not exist.
Yeah, because didn't Michael Jackson actually get burnt in the Pepsi thing?
His hair got set on fire.
Well, imagine if that was... Mind you, he was out and about after the old Pepsi incident, wasn't he? So
yeah.
But I'm just thinking, I wonder if Pepsi paid him up. Do you know what I mean? They were like, "Fucking hell, we can't let people see that we've burnt Michael Jackson, otherwise it's going to finish Pepsi forever."
Yeah.
Let's create Dave.
So there are pictures
of Dave.
There is pictures of them together, so it's a stretch.
Actually,
but the eyes, the voice.
Had a friend in school. Her brother was called Stephen Stevenson. I'm not even joking.
Thank you, Ben.
So that adds credibility to Dave. Dave.
That's it.
Stephen Stevenson, if you're listening.
His middle name's David.
Like I say, this kind of ride and dies on his eyes, on the fact that he wore disguises.
So
I mean, I'll send this image.
Would Michael Jackson just become Dave and he's always wearing a disguise? Is that what we're saying there, or did he actually burn him to get burnt? And he's
so I think what it is essentially Michael was burnt, started wearing disguises, which obviously his face, because of plastic surgery, didn't quite look real, did it? And then so essentially what they've done is faked his death, and now he is just carrying on as who he actually is. Which
Dave.
Yeah, which is Dave.
So are we saying that Dave never existed until after?
No, yeah, there are pictures of Dave with Michael Jackson when he's young.
Yeah.
So as something happened.
So are we
But the only thing is the hands as well, like because Dave.
Yeah, because look, he does look. Saying it now, he has got. He is weird looking, isn't he? After the whole,
almost like a mask.
Like a mask.
He's got normal
yeah.
hands though. His hands aren't burnt or anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he might have just burnt his face.
It's true. Just type in Michael Jackson, Dave.
By the way, also, I'm not like saying anything about burns victims or anything.
No, not at all.
I'm just saying, like, obviously, Michael Jackson, he looks odd. Do you know what I mean? His face it looks odd.
All I'm
not saying about the burns victims.
Yeah, no, we're just entertaining a conspiracy that I've stumbled across.
Yeah.
He's not called Dave again, so apologies for that. He's called Dave Rothenberg.
Oh, maybe he's just known as Dave.
He's known as Dave.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, especially.
Dave actually died in July of 2018 as well.
Oh.
But this is the theory that they were actually the same person.
Oh.
I mean, that is fucking.
The eyes and the voice. The eyes and the voice.
Is there any video of Dave dancing?
If he could pull off a moonwalk.
Do you know what I mean? If anyone's got Dave moonwalking, I want to
apparently quite a lot of fans of Michael Jackson
believed.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this guy's
buy
hands,
into this theory.
Yeah.
Oh.
His hands look pretty.
Unless they're fake hands.
It wouldn't surprise me with Jacko's. The fact you just showed all those other disguises.
Yeah, exactly. That it was the disguises that was shown that was quite.
And you think actually as well about Jacko, he couldn't go. So the way he lived, he would have had to keep disguising, and he'd have the best.
Yeah, but I feel like, those disguises don't draw as much attention to yourself.
Yeah, that's true. As a
burn victim,
that's true.
Yeah, very interesting.
Then maybe is that out there? He was trying to like blend in, and then he was like, "Do you know what?
Maybe
because what you would never ever go up to a burn victim and say, "Are you Michael Jackson?" Would you? You just act like,
or even challenge it.
No, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't. You wouldn't challenge that.
Yeah.
That's like an all-in fucking poker move.
But the fact he's definitely dressed up and stuff before.
Yeah, exactly.
To like
there's definitely
high level.
There's threads to pull there. There really is. But yeah, I just thought I literally stumbled across that on TikTok last night. So I just thought, oof,
interesting.
I like those little ones. They're like, they're like, they
make you think, don't they?
Especially the Akon bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that he was like, I forgot that he was pretending to be someone else. So I called him Dave. Dave. Dave squared. But yeah, so that is the little Michael Jackson one. Does anyone have one? Lozzie, you got one?
I got one. I got like 3 small ones.
Wow, give us a little small ones.
Borrow one off you.
The first one, which I would put some weight behind, just because they were fucking mental, is to do with the Nazis.
Okay, I'm always up for
the Nazis had a secret base in the Antarctic. That's
more than likely.
Rumours began circulating in the 1950s that the Nazis had a secret base in Antarctica that housed advanced technology like UFOs. However, since then, there's no evidence that has been discovered to suggest that it's true, and a Cambridge researcher called Colin Summerhays wrote a 21-page paper disputing the theory. But if you're not going to... there are still things... I think you brought it up in a previous episode. The Germans just make shit different to even still today.
Yeah, they're well
like,
ahead.
Like the cars. Like,
yeah.
And you like thinking to yourself, yeah, that's a good point, because where else makes cars like that, or has architecture like that?
Yeah.
So that's what led me to believe, like, I'll look at that. I mean, it's probably not.
I don't know,
but
I mean, you got to think that Hitler had the Nazis looking for the Holy Grail, for fuck's sake. You know, the Ark of the Covenant and all that stuff. So if you're looking for holy artifacts, which are probably fictional, then the idea of them setting up a base in Antarctica where they're going to be left alone, aren't they? There's not going to be much, interference. Plus, I'm pretty sure I've looked into it before, whereby I think there was something to do with they were actually testing the hollow Earth theory as well. In fact, they were. So they had expeditions to Antarctica to see if there was an entrance to the hollow Earth there. So it would make sense that they would have at least a halfway house on the Antarctic.
Yeah.
But they were into fucking wacky, wild shit. They were. Anything and everything they were doing.
That's the thing. He weren't normal, was he, old Adolf? So
Nah.
some of the stuff he was looking for.
There's a thing, isn't there, about like, it's a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Die Glocke.
The Glocke,
Yeah.
yeah.
The time bell.
That's what we were speaking about the other episode.
Yeah.
Dan's like, I heard it somewhere.
Someone told me.
Yeah.
Back in time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they were into all sorts of wild shit.
Glock.
But yeah, I reckon they probably have. Probably got one on the moon as well.
That's it. Mars.
Dark side.
Yeah.
Dark side of the moon.
Uranus.
Nazis were always up to shit, weren't they?
Never knew when to quit.
So that's one of your short ones. What's,
The other two are about the Titanic.
so you could merge them together for a bumper one.
So the first one is that the Titanic actually never sunk. And it was actually a different, same companies, like a different ocean liner by the same company.
Oh, is this the insurance scam thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was called the Olympic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that.
But the one that's more I think is probably more interesting is a possible reason as to why the Titanic did sink.
Right.
This one is about a solar flare possibly causing the Titanic to sink. A study recently discovered that the Northern Hemisphere was experiencing a moderate to severe magnetic storm on the night of the ship's collision. Similar solar flares are known to cause power outages on Earth and could have affected the ship's radar and radio rescue signals.
Which is why they didn't see the iceberg till the last minute.
Iceberg right ahead.
Smash.
Don't steer it away, just fucking go straight for it. That was the thing about it, when they said if they just hit it head on, they would have just almost split it in half.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So by
Why
trying
wouldn't
to
the captain
try and
know
steer
that?
it away,
I guess you're not an iceberg specialist.
do you know what I mean?
Well, they didn't know how deep it was, did they?
That was like
Yeah,
me with
that's
the bus. If I'd have just leant into it,
Yeah, let it hit you
fucking
flat.
I'd have cracked him in half.
That's it.
I let the captain off though because he, according to the film documentary, he went down with the ship. So
This is it. Fun
I
fact.
quite like the captain in the film.
The actor that played the captain, I was playing rugby against St Felix Private School, and I was beaming down the wing, and he was stood on the sideline because his son was their hooker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, the actual captain.
Yeah. The actual captain of the Titanic. He survived.
I think you mentioned that in like episode 4 or something.
Well, you got fucking.
I remember it.
Double.
Yeah. Because I was
Captain
like,
Smith.
fucking hell, it's the King of Rohan. Because I'm more Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
esque.
Lord of the Rings.
And
The captain of the Titanic.
yeah.
No,
No,
the
yeah,
actor.
Not the actor.
Oh, I thought you meant I was going to say, didn't he die?
Yeah.
That's what I was like,
the
what?
Down with the
actor.
ship.
Oh,
the actor who played him.
He's
Oh, right,
His
okay.
son.
Oh, I got so fucking confused then.
Yeah. His son-
James Cameron was there as well.
yeah. But yeah.
Jordan was running down the wing like this.
Yeah, don't let go, Jack. Oh man. But yeah, that fucking the Titanic insurance thing is nuts.
Have you seen the other boats though? How similar they look.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's
It's insane.
crazy.
And obviously it was older and shit, so but if they sunk that, but it was seen as the Titanic, they'd get more money.
Yeah, and also, well, apparently there's another one going around that the Titanic wasn't ready.
Oh,
so
really?
They were building that, and they just spruced the old one up, sent that out, and it fucking
mad.
But it's so similar to the other one.
There was another theory about the Titanic. It was something along the lines of, it was about like the financial elite at the time, and how there were certain players, if you like, on that ship, and because they all died, it essentially unified certain things to give more power to the Rothschild family.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
So it's like, it's all very. There's so many.
Off tangent a bit, but the end of that film, I think they made two endings, don't I? But knowing she throws the big diamond off.
Oh yeah.
The Rose.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was called Rose.
She was called Rose.
Yeah.
The heart.
That just infuriates me.
Yeah.
Like it just ruined the whole film for me.
And the fact that Celine Dion sings "The Heart Will Go On."
Yeah.
It won't,
but the
she
fact
fucking chucked it in.
So
the
that guy's
like
like
the
he's got all that expedition, like he's spent
It's all
that
about
money,
that,
like it's all his life, all into that, and she's like, oh, you want this? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Jack died.
And he flew her out there on like a helicopter and shit.
Oh,
That
mate,
must have
she
cost
had
like, he
everything,
needed that fucking the heart to pay for the whole.
She was like,
To
like
break
sometimes
even.
you watch a film and at the end, like you see the real villain.
Yeah.
She's like,
Kaiser Sose, the fucking Titanic.
Oh dear.
I was watching some. I always get these weird YouTube videos coming up about like random stuff, and it was the other day. It was like, what happens if you fall off a cruise liner?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it.
I ended up just it took about half an hour out of my life, but like,
What actually happens if you fall off a
so
cruise
basically,
liner?
if you fall off a cruise liner, obviously while it's moving,
Yeah.
the odds of survival if no one sees that you've fallen off is like 10%.
Really?
I don't think it's too
That's
bad.
actually quite high.
Yeah, which isn't too bad.
I'll take my chances.
But usually if they don't know you've fallen off, then it would take ages for someone to realise that you're not there, and then they have to come to the conclusion that the person's fallen off the ship. They have to send that. They've got like teams of like planes and shit that have to go out there and search.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, there was one woman who like fell off, and she like survived to like 14 hours in the sea. And luckily they came back like the next day and seen her. And
Fucking hell.
picked her up.
Was that without a life jacket and stuff?
Yeah, without a lot. She just literally fell off. But she was she worked as like a flight attendant, so she knew all the shit that you had to do.
You just have to lay on your back in that situation. So you float. Because obviously if you're treading water, then you're going to lose energy quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
she
you just
knew? Yeah, she was singing through the night to like heat herself up and all sorts of shit. But
I saw a good little trick if you
I think
depending on what trousers you got, you can take your trousers off.
R. Kelly over.
tie your feet bit up, like the way your feet are. Tie them up, and then do a swish into the water, and it'll catch the air. And then tie that bit, and then use that as a life jacket. Obviously, if you've got jeans on, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you've got like some sort of like, I mean, if I had these on, I'll be.
Because I always thought like it's not something you ever go over, is it? If you fall in the sea or off a boat, not that it can happen, but I think they said 1 in like a million chance or something, and I was like, the amount of people that go on ships that ain't, a lot of people must fall off them.
Yeah, 1 in a million.
Or pushed off.
Yeah.
I don't know. You wouldn't expect you'd be falling off the edge of a.
How many people?
They've got a big railing, haven't they? That on the edge of a cruise.
Yeah, but
you could swat through it. Do you know what I mean?
There's a video of a guy who with his mates and he jumps off like for a laugh.
He got shit for that, didn't he?
But
I always wanted to jump off the red funnel one. I jumped off the pit, off the where you dock. I've jumped off that.
Yeah. But like I say, it's all dependent on like the how cold the water is, or like when you fall. Obviously, some of them are like. Some of the cruise ships are bigger than the Eiffel Tower, so
you hit the water and you're fucking dead
it's
anyway.
Like concrete.
Yeah.
So if you break your arms on the way down, then you're just
fucked.
floating.
And if you get too close, you can get sucked in, can't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Twins the propellers.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's.
No,
a thing.
I've seen a jet ski. There's one with a jet ski.
Oh, when he
going on,
starts getting
and
sucked.
he gets to the close, and he gets sucked under, goes under on the jet ski and manages to come back
Yeah,
out.
I've seen
that's
that as
pretty.
well. I think we're on the same videos, mate. to be honest with you.
We're getting.
We're in the same.
some sort of algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm is.
Because I've seen the one you're on about.
Yeah.
We'll have to show that one actually.
Yeah.
The jet ski one's sick.
Apparently in 2019, there was a record high of nearly 30 million passengers worldwide on cruise ships. So would you say it's 1 in 1 million? So 30
I'm sure
people.
they said that, yeah.
So there's still 30 people. There's a lot of people.
Is the odds of people, if you've got the odds up of how many people fall in? Or
No,
I would have thought it'd be more.
Fall off a cruise ship.
I say, you think how many people go on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I think it's a lot. I thought it'd be more than 30.
Yeah, average around 25 people per year. In 2019, 26 people fell overboard out of 29
I bet
million
the 20,
guests.
20 and 21 stats are good for them.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it went from, in 2020, so 2019 there was around 30 million. In 2020 there was 5.5 million people. So that's a big drop.
On my
20
bucket list to do a cruise.
Is it?
Yeah, I really want to do
I
it.
want to do a cruise. What do, man?
APMA cruise?
What? Yeah.
Cruise.
What do you reckon they would actually...
What do you actually do on a cruise?
Oh, mate, if
A
he's
podcast?
Have you not seen?
podcast
We
and
could,
a casino.
I wonder if we could
Go on,
contact
Ed.
a fucking cruise company and see if they would let us come on and...
Do a
There's all
podcast.
sorts.
That'd be
There's like
sick.
water
They do,
parks,
yeah. Mate, some of
rock
the
climbing walls,
some of the
zip
cruise
lines.
ships, are I went to quite about like the biggest one. You might be have to fly to America, and it's a Caribbean one. And but my daughter was too young at the time, but I got all the brochures and everything. It's insane.
Really?
It's so big.
Yeah.
Like you can't even fathom.
Does it-
They're like basically malls. It's like
Yeah.
a mall,
Fuck.
size of a mall. Like it. You
On
go.
a ship.
That's the one with the thing that goes through it. What are they called? Them
Zip
things?
Zip wire,
Zip
yeah,
wire. It's got
yeah.
a zip wire that goes.
Mate, some
through
of them
it.
have. Some of them have like what do you call it? The like things you go around at a fairground.
Yeah.
Roller
Like
coaster.
a roller coasters.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
Well,
Mate,
there's
they're
a tattoo.
like 15 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a tattoo studio who've just been invited onto one, and like tattoo artists can like apply to do a guest spots on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
yeah, Amy on it.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, get her away for a month.
No, I mean,
Also, you
you
stop
get on it with her.
yeah,
I'm your chaperone.
You stop
Yeah.
at a different country every
That'd
day,
be
so you get
amazing.
off the cruise every day to go explore
cool.
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
city
it's
or
like the
country.
Caribbean one. You stop off at all the islands, and
There's-
then there's just all your food, or your drink, or
There's
your
one where there's a
entertainment.
music festival, isn't there? It's like
There's a Disney one.
you pay to go to the festival. Obviously, you get a room and shit, and then like all the acts sort of fly in and do their show.
That's called Fire
Fucking
Festival.
hell.
That was
Fucking
good.
hell.
Titanic festival.
The band literally don't stop playing. TC.
Yeah, look, it's
Oh,
one
APMA
night.
cruise.
That'd be a quality idea.
Because that would
APMA
actually be
cruise
good content, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you want to go with it though. You like, I mean, looks like that. You want to go for like a nice one because if you get a budget
you
one,
you do usually want to do that.
Turn
No,
up
but
on a
if you get a
fucking
budget one, like
outboat.
there's just so many people on it that
Yeah.
it just becomes a little bit of a
The
do you know what I mean?
company's trying to do an insurance scam.
Like there's one
on
there.
a new model.
Ben,
There's one there.
Ben, please contact some cruise ship companies
Yeah,
and
just
be
be
like,
like,
look,
look.
it's been a rough year. We want to help you guys.
We'll do live pods.
This is when
Yeah.
it cuts
We'll
to like
entertain
5,
the
6, 7, 8 on stage. You're doing like the entertainment.
A lot of our audience
We could do.
love cruises.
We could
Yeah.
do a podcast live to the fucking audience of the.
Yeah.
They would love that.
So,
be
R.
huge.
Kelly.
The average
fuck is
age on a
this?
cruise ship is probably about 94.
Yeah, these are all the.
You'll
Nice.
fit right in, mate.
I'm loving it.
Savage.
It's about £1,200 per person.
Yeah,
That's all right.
No, that is cheap.
Is it?
Yeah, mate.
I was going to say cruises are fucking
Mate,
wild.
we can
Well,
afford that.
obviously they must have gone down. 'cause-
Why? There's no pictures of boats, Ben. There's a sunken boat there. Go down. Go down. There's a sunken boat. Why would you go on
advertising a
that?
fucking cruise.
You can stay on this
That is
rusty ass
ridiculous.
fucking boat.
The picture of the cruise
Oh,
is
mate,
a
I wouldn't
picture
have
of
done
No.
I went look how many lifeboats. Look
Lavazza.
how many lifeboats for
Some
me.
of that.
Nanas.
It's more lifeboats than
Pools.
deck chairs, for fuck's
I'll
sake.
tell you what, they go back. Go
Oh,
back.
golf.
Fucking.
Look at that pool. That's a nice game of
Nah,
fucking
look at all
volleyball.
the,
That's a
look
nice
at all
game
the
of
deck
volleyball,
chairs.
isn't it?
That they've overcrowded that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Plenty
go
of
that crazy.
Germans on that.
Yeah.
You've been sold the whole
I want-
overcrowding thing, ain't you? Like the person's come in and gone, they can get quite overcrowded, Dan. So what you're actually going to have to do is go for this one, and it's less overcrowding.
You don't 4 people on the boat.
I want premium. I want
most of the
sea view. I want balcony.
Most of the people that go overboard actually jump because they're being they're being crushed. There's nowhere else for them to actually go down.
I've actually been on one of these myself.
Yeah.
26 of the 30 people that we
on this boat
that jumped.
For a nice non-claustrophobic spacious cruise, you're looking at about 4,000 per passenger, Dan. But you know, if you do want to take one of the cheaper alternatives and crush your children, that's absolutely fine.
My great nan was on the Titanic, so I know what it's like to get value for money.
She was crushed.
Oh dear.
My family
She
wasn't.
actually didn't throw the heart into the sea. It was crushed out of her hands.
I've got that jet ski thing. If you want to see it.
Yeah,
Let's have a
I
look.
don't know if you'll.
Get it up.
Nah, be right.
Nah,
Fuck it,
yeah,
mate. We're so
keep it muted.
we're over this shit.
You mate.
Keep it muted instantly. Put some max volume.
Oh wait, you said keep me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just might as well.
I can't hear you.
The guy's just listening to Nirvana.
Yeah. Dig.
Here we go. Right, start. Yeah, here comes the suck.
Look out, mate. For the audio listeners, we're watching a jet ski that's about to be sucked underwater.
There you go. Oh no, it stalls. Yeah, it stalls. So this is you when you jump in.
Oh no.
Guess what happens here?
Oh no. It's picking up speed, but it's the engine's off. It doesn't make sense. Uh-oh.
That engine cuts out there.
Oh!
Sucked into the...
Get out
No, she's panicking. It's panicking.
Getting the key in there.
Oh, fuck!
No, wait,
Something
wait.
gets sliced up!
Hello.
Get out of there.
Please stop. Please do not stall.
no, its legs are being carved up. Red everywhere.
But with the saying, you can actually hear it kick into life.
Oh, really?
And then it's like...
Why'd you mute it?
Jesus. Yeah, Ben, come on.
Ben, God. You sound so
That might just be the best pirate I've ever
Look
seen.
at that. That's pretty mad. So he very, very, very nearly died.
That was quite good.
That would have been a different video. If he got sucked. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Dan's collectible corner. Is that it? Yeah, there we go.
Tomb Raider's 2.
Thank you.
Tomb Raider 2.
The second of the Tomb Raider games.
That's funny. Oh, that was great. That was great delivery. It really
Tomb Raider
was.
2.
I'd buy it off. Based on that. Oh fucking hell!
Absolutely no context.
No context, no information whatsoever.
Oh dear.
Life.
Oh
Is
dear.
he going to stack it?
Oh Ben, I think you've got a conspiracy for us, haven't you? Let's have a look at this conspiracy. We'll do one more conspiracy.
Which one do you want? There's, I can.
Oh, just a fucking simple question. just pick one, mate. Come on, you got this.
No, I don't have any. Sorry.
Oh,
that's
right. APMA. That's it for this one. No, Joe. Come on. Right. The Queen being a geezer, whatever it was.
Quasar.
Are we doing any more conspiracies? I've got one.
Have you got one? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick one.
Ben, are you all right?
I like the Quasar.
He's
one.
shaking his
Is
head.
it the Quasar?
I need to divert this from Ben because he's
Well, I've got one. If you want.
struggling.
I just said to Jordan at the start. I've got a range of conspiracies, and then so I've asked.
Shut
which
the
one.
front door.
Right, go on. You do
Right,
yours
enough
then.
of Quasar then.
So my one is a conspiracy that turned out to be true.
Ooh.
Oh, is that me?
It might be me.
Oh.
I've got a little man in the corner talking. Do you want to show?
What's going on?
Like this guy.
Oh, yeah,
I
this
don't,
little guy.
Oh, right.
yeah, don't know what it is.
Nice.
It's a bit like the paperclip. It's called Bad Booze. So during Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking.
Really? Because that was when they banned alcohol, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it says in the 20s, I
Which is
believe.
mental.
So crazy conspiracy theorists almost always suggest the government is behind it all. And they were right manufacturers of industrial alcohol have been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to Prohibition. But between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning their alcohol into moonshine. It didn't stop the bootleggers and their customers, and over the Prohibition, more than 10,000 Americans have been killed by tainty booze.
That's insane.
Pretty bad.
So what was the...
I wonder if they'll do that with the fuel.
Take the fuel
Limiting
explosion.
alcohol is a health advice doctors can agree on.
So the alcohol was still being produced, but not for drinking, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think there's just like a massive...
Maybe it's like something with one of the chemicals that that they use.
Basically, there's a whole black market for it.
Yeah.
So everyone was still making it.
So they poisoned the ingredients.
Yeah. I mean, it says 10,000 were killed, but I wonder how many are actually just killed
by
normally.
drinking.
By drinking, yeah.
Yeah.
You
can go blind.
What I found
moonshine.
weird there is it says even before they were putting manufacturers of industrial alcohol been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to Prohibition.
Yeah.
Obviously, it must be
balance right.
It's just the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. It must be.
Alcohol is poison, isn't it? If you 100% alcohol is ethanol, which is deadly to the human body. So,
so can you poison this with more poison?
So basically,
you tune up
whatever
the
you
poison.
drink, you're just toning down the poison.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's why you get hangovers, because you've put a toxin in your body that it doesn't want, and so it's getting rid of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, John Smith's. Where's the next one?
Yeah.
Very low poison.
Yeah, low poison, lot of widget. But there you go. So that was one that they, at the time, they were like, oh, I think they're poisoning the alcohol, and it turned out, actually, yes, they are.
Yeah, there's a
They're
big
the best
conspiracy
ones.
around it, and it actually turned out to be true.
Tell you what.
But it took a while to come out.
Yeah.
The American government fucked from day one, wasn't it?
There's a couple more here,
was.
but I won't even read them, but there's a couple headlines. John Lennon was under government surveillance. That turned out to be true.
Nice.
Anything good? The government is spying on you. Apparently that's true.
Anything good?
Yeah. The government don't want you to
Big
fuel.
Tobacco knew that cigarettes cause cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that do you know who created the first anti-smoking advert?
Hitler.
Hitler.
He did.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Off the back of that.
Fucking hell. Some people think that Hitler killed a lot of people, but some other people think he saved a lot of people as well.
It's true.
Jesus. I mean, he was anti-smoking.
Hey, I said some people.
That's it.
Some
You don't know who they are.
Just saying, don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, God.
I think with Hitler, you can judge it by the cover.
Oh, that's
Mostly.
You can judge it by the Mein Kampf.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mein Kampf, there's enough in there to make you go,
Oh.
I'm going to read this one out. Canada tried to develop gaydar.
Wow.
What?
The Canada government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a gaydar machine. It really happened. In the 1960s, the government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, the military, and the Mounties. Which, the Mounties...
Why are they getting fired?
Like, okay. The American government is just as guilty with these 10 secret... That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very weird. Have you ever heard of that?
Huh?
I mean,
It's strange.
I guess like it makes.
Why does it matter?
Well,
It doesn't matter.
make sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and
As in, like the pupil dilation.
yeah,
Like I can see the theory behind the machinery, but obviously the actual reason for it is bollocks. But yeah,
but pupil dilation. I don't know.
I guess isn't it? Don't your pupils dilate if you're attracted to someone or something like that?
Right. Okay.
So it must have been their thinking, like, oh, It's in a
Developed a machine. So he
it's in a winky, and his
probably
eyes are
just put
dilated.
on some videos.
Yeah, he's just put. Yeah, he's put a video on.
I
I developed a machine.
Yeah,
Okay, but
Brings
that's
out the Sony VHS player.
Yeah.
and a magnifying glass.
You didn't develop that, did you? It's just we're watching a video.
Yeah,
interesting.
Where
Like,
did they get these fucking images from in the first place? Like, someone's had to be gay down the line within the actual group.
Yeah, to get the
To
images.
source them.
Exactly.
yeah, it's a weird thing to.
Hypocrisy.
I guess in the
Corrupt from
1960s,
Yeah, very.
the media and stuff around that time. So.
Yeah. The fact that they actually developed it on like a governmental level, of all the things to spend your budget on.
Yeah. Yeah, worry about
Mind you, the Canadian Army in all that really, is it? Or is it? No.
But even the
Slammed.
Mounties,
What are they?
it's just like a weird bunch of guys on. I think they're on horses and stuff. Yeah, they're just.
Well, like Brokeback Mountain.
The cavalry.
Yeah, they're a bit like cavalry. The Mounties.
Oh.
Yeah, they're it's very.
Broke Mountain.
Yeah,
So I didn't. Yeah.
the Mounties.
There we go. And that's another one that was thought to be a conspiracy and turned out to be true.
So that was true. Nice. So all this stuff, you gotta be
Just give
careful of
him-
the government.
100%, just give it some time. I'm telling you now. Give it a few years, and they'll be like, yeah, okay, it did come out of that lab in Wuhan. Oh, shock horror. But, yeah, I think that's a nice place to leave this conspiracy special. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, it's true, isn't it?
I
Anyway.
don't want to go on a cruise. To
Allegedly, possibly, maybe. But yeah,
The cruise conspiracy.
exactly. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy this conspiracy special. They're always my favourites. If you want another one, let us know some conspiracies you want to hear us discuss in the next one. We have a Discord. Link is down below. Become a VIP as well. We've got some clothing.
Get in the Discord. Get in the Discord.
In the Discord.
Get in there. We're all in there. We're all talking. We're all chatting away.
Exactly.
It's a great
good
place to be.
There you go.
It's the place to
The
be.
conspiracy.
See you next time, guys. Up the APMA.
Up the APMA.
Join our Discord.
Thank you.